Hello, good morning everybody. This is Puttanna H, English lecturer, Department of English, Soundarya Institute of Management and Science. Today, I would like to bring out a wonderful, the message given by our former President of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. The title of the lesson is Give Us a Role Model. See, the title of the topic is Give Us a Role Model. It is one of the best essay written by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. See, before we are going to talk about the essay, I would like to just give a brief introduction about Abul Pakir Jainuddin Abdul Kalam. So, he was one of the top Indian scientist who was born and brought up in a very small, the town that is Tiruchirappalli near Rameshwaram, Tamil Nadu. So he was one of the highly talented and extraordinary genius scientist, and later he became the President of India. This essay brings out that how a person can become a role model. See, what is the role model? See, give us a role model. So, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, he was born in a very small Orthodox family at Tiruchirappalli, Tamil Nadu, and his father, he was a farmer, and he was cultivating agricultural land. He was the youngest son to his father. So he started his schooling at Tiruchirappalli, and later he went to higher secondary school at Ramanathapuram or Rameshwaram, and soon after the completion of his high school education, he went to St. Joseph College at Madras, and after the completion of his engineering, so after the completion of his high school and even college, and he went to Madras, that is now we can call it as Chennai, and there he started pursuing his engineering in aeronautics, Aerospace Engineering Institute of Technology at Madras. So after the completion of his engineering in aerospace, he started searching for a employment opportunity. Suddenly he got a wonderful opportunity at DRDO, Defense Research Development Organization. So he has been appointed as senior advisor for the aerospace engineering or aerospace technology, and he worked as a director, and even he also has been appointed as a director at the Development Research Development Center at Hyderabad. And finally, he was one of the successful scientists who invented the missile technology, who introduced to the entire world the missile technology. That's why he has been recognized as Missile Man of India. See, this is a brief sketch about former President of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. So coming to this, the essay, give us a role model. See, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, he had a great vision and he had a great mission in order to bring our country to the international arena, because he has been working continuously for the development not only science and technology, apart from social, cultural and economical and other aspects, overall development of our nation, because he had a great vision, that is India Vision 2020. Because he traveled all over India, and even he traveled many other foreign countries. And see, after traveling and interacting with several people all across the world, he has come to a conclusion that he wanted to develop our nation. And he dreams, and he realizes that India is going to become one of the superpower within few decades. And because he had a vision that definitely India is having the population of 130 crore, and see, majority of the population comes under the youths. So Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, he had a great vision that India is going to become a very powerful country, not only in Asia but even in the world. So in order to improve the standard of living the people of India, so he had a tremendous knowledge and he had an extraordinary caliber. So he has been interacting wherever he travels and wherever he goes. He addresses the young children, especially high school children and even college graduates and even engineering colleges. So from the Delhi to the Kanyakumari, from Arunachal Pradesh to the Gujarat, he interacted several schools and colleges, and he has collected a lot of information from the students' point of view. Because once when he traveled to Jharkhand, so Jharkhand, it is a very newly formed state in India, and it is a very small state, and moreover it is a very rich in natural vegetation. So when he went to interact with one of the students in Jharkhand high school, see, one of the students stood up and then he spoke to Dr. APJ Kalam and he put a question to him. See, because the people, especially the ministers and even prime ministers, and they are very, very busy, and they have been highly protected with lot of securities. Because an ordinary student, they can't interact with them. An ordinary student cannot speak to about his own the ideas, about his visions about the country. So it is very difficult to meet the ministers. Then Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, after listening to his the views, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, he interacted and he convinced that boy, see, don't worry, see, once if I travel to New Delhi, definitely I am going to talk to the Prime Minister and even rest of the other ministers. And you have to see, some of our students, they are ready to interact and with you, and apart from that, they are going to express their own views about the future India, that is the new India. So like this, in the course of the essay, we come to know that Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, he traveled many places, he visited many schools and colleges, he interacted several students, and see, one after another he addresses that, because he had a vision that Vision India 2020. So according to him, because he wanted to bring out a connectivity, especially the north and even northeastern, the rivers of our India, like Ganga, Brahmaputra, and some other rivers. Those rivers, he had a dream that to connect the rest of the states of our India where there is no irrigation, where there is no agriculture or any farming. So he had a dream that, see, at least by 2020, if you dream properly, definitely we are going to bring a connectivity among the states by digging a canal from the North India to the South India, where there is a scarcity of water. And even apart from that, when he went to, the Gujarat, so when APJ Abdul Kalam, he was addressing the students. At the time, one of the students, he stood up and then he put a question to APJ Abdul Kalam. Sir, see, because in Jharkhand and even some other states, there is a lot of greenery and there is a lot of natural vegetation, but at the same time, there is a desert that is in Rajasthan, Thar desert. Why there is such a difference in topography? Then APJ Abdul Kalam, he thought for a while and then he addressed the student. See, naturally the things are different, but humans, if you think properly, if you think positively, if you think with a lot of determination and ideas, definitely today that desert Thar can be changed into an agricultural land. And he had given one, the example. See, Indira Gandhi canal has been under the dug in that area where thousands of acres of land has come under irrigation. So it is not many years to go, and if the politicians and if the ministers and they plan properly, and we can change a desert into a green land or a natural vegetation. So the later, and even he traveled to some other schools and colleges of India. So once one of the students, he asked, see, when APJ Abdul Kalam, he was interacting with the students, one of the students asked him that, see, how to change our lifestyle, how to bring a drastic change in our country, and see, why can't we become rich like Americans? Then he also said that, see, everyone thinks positively and everyone, the works hard, definitely we can become a very, very powerful and successful and the independent, the life every Indians can lead. So once every Indian become a self-sufficient and every individual can become a self-sufficient, independent, economically, financially, socially, and all other aspects, definitely, our India will also become a very, very strong and powerful country. And apart from that, see, one of the students, he asked APJ Abdul Kalam, see, how to become a role model and who is a role model? So some of the students, they started asking, so what is role model? See, role model is none other than a specialized personality, but see, everyone within our society, whoever thinks positive, whoever works hard, puts a lot of labor and think positive with lot of determination, can become a role model. See, there is nothing like that. There is nothing like that in the society, something that has to be extraterrestrial or a foreign object should come and then boost you. So there is nothing like that. What is role model? Role model is none other than a person who works hard, who thinks positive with lot of determination, can also become a role model. And even see, in the very beginning of this essay, he quotes about the Mahatma Gandhiji's the thought, proverb quotes. See, a person who believes himself that he has a extraordinary caliber, potentiality, and he has got a lot of the belief, then he can become such a personality. A person who thinks negative and who thinks that he is incapable, who is not at all capable enough, that whatever he thinks he can't become a successful man, then naturally what happens? A person who thinks positive, even though he does have nothing, but he can attain everything at the end. See, how you believe that you can achieve, how you disbelieve that you can't, achieve. So there is a message by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam's through Mahatma Gandhiji's quote. And even when he went to Assam, and while he was addressing the engineering students, he, spoke about nanotechnology. It's a very important, field of science and technology, because the nanotechnology, it is a very important thing, because in a miniature, in a very small gadgets, in a very small, the electronic gadgets, we are going to, get the information, under the especially information technology, and especially the telecommunication, and especially in order to safeguard our nation. So nanotechnology, it plays a very important role. So he, while he was addressing the young engineering student, he told that, see every engineering student has a willpower, has a potentiality. They can start up their own, what is that, enterprise, to boost nanotechnology, because the nanotechnology is very, very important thing, especially information and technology, IT, that is information and technology field. It's very important. See, once when he has been appointed as the President of India, so he addressed several gatherings, and he had a great vision about our nation to bring one of the most powerful country in the world. And even so, when he went to when he was staying in New Delhi at the time, they especially especially in the field of Hindi cinema field, that is one of the famous singer, that is Lata Mangeshkar. So Lata Mangeshkar had been given an award, that is Bharat Ratna at the time, and he met all the family members of Lata Mangeshkar and her family. So he spoke well about their achievement, their the achievement especially in the field of films and the music. So when he traveled rest of the country, he wanted to meet only the students, because see, there is a correlation, or there is a connectivity between the Albert Einstein, the Albert Einstein, and when he was one of the world famous scientists, and he invented, that is what E equals to mc square. So he traveled many parts of the world, and when he went to Japan, and even he addressed the students, and even actually Japan had hosted him, means they welcomed him, but before he was addressing with several VIP dignitaries, so straight away he went to the schools and colleges, and he was addressing the young children. And see, the same the ideology, the same the thought, even our former President APJ Abdul Kalam. So wherever he goes, and straight away he visits the schools and colleges, and he interacts with the young students, because he thinks that the future of our India lies in the minds of our young Indian students, because he believes the young, and especially especially the young minds, because the young student has a capacity, has a caliber, and has a creativity to develop our nation. So at the end of this essay, we come to know that see, every new born baby, and if he thinks positive, and if he works hard and thinks that he can achieve something in his own life, then naturally everyone will become a role model. Role model is none, but actually in the very beginning of this essay, he brings about the very, very important family members, and especially his own father, Jainaluddin. He thinks about, whenever he thinks about his dream, he speaks about his father, Jainaluddin. He was a very simple man and very the working person. So always he thinks that his father was a role model. And apart from that, and there was there was a person and by name the Subramaniam Iyer. He was also a temple worshipper, and see, he also very simple and very honest and helping person. So see, whenever he visits or whenever he interacts with the students and he asks who is your role model. So then later he says that there are very important role models in our life. So when we are small kids, our family members, that is father and mother, they are our role models. When we become young, and our teachers will become the role models. When we will grown up, then our the people, those who are those who have become very popular in their extraordinary skills and caliber, they become role model. So like that, there are several people in our nation who has become a role model in order to make our India great. So that's why I hope that our Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, he was one of the top scientists and a missile man of India who sacrificed his entire life for the development of our country. And his name has been one of the his name has been entered in the immortal lines. That is APJ Abdul Kalam means missile man of India and missile man. So thank you very much. I hope that that you can understand this essay that is written by APJ Abdul Kalam. So you please inspire and motivate and take a strong determination to achieve something in your life. Thank you very much. Wish you best of luck for your exams.